Hi, and thanks for coming back. So we'll give Mage Knight another run. We've moved past that first reconnaissance scenario. Take the training wheels off. We will look to do the solo conquest. This time we're going to have 2 city tiles that we're going to need to conquer. They, as a default, can be set to 5 and 8. Obviously you're free to change that up as best you want. If it's your first time trying a solo conquest, you may want to lower it slightly just to take some of that pressure off. There is a dummy player and we just have to take a couple of spells, 17 through 20, out of the deck. Reason for that, they are competitive. They're generally more player versus player orientated, so would just clog up the deck and be useless given the nature of a solo game. So I've set most of the board up. I've already created our deck of tiles. There's 2 city tiles somewhere amongst the last 4 in the deck and our countryside tiles stacked on top. Let's create the offer and roll out the source. So we have a gold, black, blue, so we'll have to re-roll that. 2 gold and a red, gold, black, red, 2 blue and a white. Okay, so that's perfect. Create the advanced action offer, unit offer, and the spell offer. And as always, do leave a comment below on the video. I have changed a few settings. I've also bought a new microphone, so hopefully there's been an improvement there. Let me know how the layout looks. I have straightened up how we have the offers situated here just for ease. One of them being situated underneath was probably a little off-putting. With this, because I'm filming this actually before I finished uploading the first reconnaissance run, I've just jumped straight in with doing Goldyx. But as I say, if you do have a Mage Knight that you'd like to see, or indeed a scenario that you'd like to see me play through, just again chuck it in the comment. There's not going to be many, so more than likely I will see what you put and give it a run. So hopefully there'll be a few suggestions down there. Otherwise, let's lay out these first 2 tiles and see what is presented in front of us. I have included once more now all of the scenario tiles. For our first game, the first reconnaissance, it did stipulate the order in which the tiles are revealed. In this case now, they will come out in whichever order they ordain best for themselves. So we have quite a few more challenging options straight off the bat. We have 2 mage towers, we have a keep, we have the dungeon over here, and we have a marauding orc who is actually behind walls, so that not only makes him fortified if we attack him across the direction those walls face, but also increases the amount of movement we would be required to use to get to him. Not the nicest, but those mage towers starting off are pretty good. If we can get through that forest on the rightmost tile before nightfall, that wouldn't be the worst thing. So let's see what our opening hand of cards are. 3, 4, 5. And decide what we want to do. I've gone with Goldyx and I have Tovak as our dummy deck, so I've just switched it to the opposite of how we played the first scenario, so I didn't need to get anything else out of the box. These are probably 2 of my favourite Mage Knights to play anyway, so that's the reason for it. So we do have 1 movement card in our initial hand as well as improvisation, but we don't have the right colour of mana to actually use either of these cards. So great start could be a nice option to just take 2 more cards and hopefully get a blue movement that we could power up with some mana. Otherwise, we could do Rethink and discard a few of these cards, and that would probably guarantee us going early in the round. Well, there is always planning. We can be somewhat perhaps wasteful with our cards here. Generate 5 movement, discarding 1. We'd still have 2 in our hand. With this particular setup and a solo game, we're going to go 3 days. So we'll use 3 of these cards and dummy player uses 3. Whichever cards we and he select will be discarded. So you will only get the opportunity to use each of these once, and he may take a strong card away from you and leave you perhaps only with the option of something like early bird and right moment I've had for that final round, neither of which give you a bonus, which can be quite hard to avoid. I think planning. There's nothing really that I think would be able to do with 2 extra cards in the first round. So let's go for planning. Hopefully he draws a fairly useless card out of this deck. Rethink. Okay, so he will be going first. That's not the worst one. Tovak. He has 2 blue and 1 red crystal as indicated by the dots down there. So let's reveal his cards. White. So that is his turn done. With our cards, let's actually get Goldyx out from our box. So we can make 5 movement. That would get us to 4, and we could see what's in this keep here. If we wanted to then spend all of our... No, it's 5 movement to get into here. We could spend an extra 2 movement to get onto the crystal mine, give ourselves that green or blue mana, or we could just take it slow and move 4. No, it'd be it'd be the same either way. Bit of a shame the source rolled such inopportune colours to start us off. I think let's use March for 2 and spend both of our rages sideways for move 4, and then we can get to this spot here, and if we want to use improvisation to get the extra movement, we can, or we could keep it potentially for a very strong ability. I think it's a more flexible card than keeping both of those rages in our hand. So we'll move to 4 and reveal the keep, and we have the sorcerers. So these are immune to spells. They've got the arcane immunity here. They have 6 attack, which with assassinate has to be assigned to you rather than to any of your units, and it will poison. They are worth 5 fame. Okay. So I think we'll keep these 2 cards in our hand for now, rather than moving onto the mine, because a blue or green crystal doesn't actually help us power improvisation. and if we keep hold of them, we will get the bonus of an extra card from planning. And it's not like the dummy player has raced through their deck, so we don't need to really be playing catch up and wasting too many cards. Let's see what he draws. 1, 2, 3. A red. He does have a red crystal, so he'll draw one more. He has drawn out a couple. I think that's 2 blue and 2 red cards now. That's quite good to keep track of. He shouldn't be racing quickly through his deck. Okay, so we will draw back up to 6. There's our blue movement. And this is one of Goldyx's unique cards, Will Focus. So quite similar, except the basic action also gives you the opportunity to get a green crystal, as opposed to the normal version is just a blue, white, red mana token. That's quite good because of the option to get all 4 colours. And then also the stronger effect is a bonus of 3 to any type of attack. Again, the card that any other Mage Knight will have is only a bonus of 2. So a pretty good card to have, which makes up for the fact that I think his other unique card is probably one of the worst. But we do have some nice options here. Again, we still don't have a green crystal. If we did have a green crystal to power this up, or green mana in the source, it would be really useful, because then we could either get attack 6 or a really strong type of block as well. The other option, with the movement we've got, we can use 1 blue die to power this up to move 4, and then I'll be tempted to say move 5 with promise, and that would get us here into this swamp terrain where we've got the magical glade. That would start us with a gold mana token next round, and we'll be able to flip this keep, and that might be an easier fight for what we have here. Or we'll start with a gold mana, we'll be re-rolling the blue die, we might get red or green from the die result. So yeah, let's do that. So we keep these 4 cards, we're only using these 2, that powered with the blue die. Move 5 onto here, and we'll reveal this token. And we've got here, it's hard to reference who all the heroes are when it's based on 3 different sheets of paper now. Crossbowmen. Okay, yep, so these are from the base game. So much easier. They've only got 4 attack, although it would take 8 to block them because of swiftness, and then 4 damage. So it would take 4 movement to get onto that keep space. But if we didn't re-roll another blue, it's not the end of the world because there is still 1 remaining in the source here. We can use our other movement to get in there next round if we wanted. 8 block we could get if we used our gold mana on Will Focus with improvisation. Then we just have to work out how to get the attack, but that could potentially be doable. Yeah, I don't think we need to rush into doing it this round, so we'll play just these 2 cards and return this to the source. Disappointing. Black mana. Dummy player, 1, 2, 3. Draws a green card. Again, that's his turn. We need 2 more cards. Okay, mana draw, that's really nice. Mana draw, we can use the stronger effect to set the black die in the source to a colour of our choice, which would probably be green. Let's think this through. If we used the mana draw and changed a black die to green to get 2 tokens, leave it black for the moment. These two. We can use 1 on our movement, and that's enough movement then to get either into the forest or into the keep. 4 movement or 3 movements. We could fight either. If we we do have a gold mana as well, don't we? Gold mana from starting on this keep. So we've got plenty of mana to use. Unfortunately, the ranged attack wouldn't be able to kill either of them. Because they're both counting as fortified. Yes, that's a shame. Same would be true for the rampaging enemy as well. And I think we're going to be just short of being able to kill the sorcerers. So let's assault the keep. If we're looking to make 8 block, we would be able to, but we'd have to discard another card, and then we could only get an attack of 3. We're going to have to take the wounds, which is the reason I don't want to go into the mage tower, because we'd take 3 wounds, but also because he's got poison, we'd take 3 to our discard. So we'll use our movement. Let's go into the keep here. So we will lose 1 reputation for assaulting using our movement. Powered up march. Since we aren't blocking, we need to go ahead and take 2 wounds. He has an attack of 4. Swiftness just makes it harder to block. And currently our armor is only 2. 2 wounds. In order to kill him, we don't really need to use will focus. I prefer to save that. So instead, let's use improvisation, discarding this move card would give us an attack of 5, enough to kill him. Leaves us with 4 cards effectively in our hand, so we would still draw 2 more. We've got movement, explore another tile next to us if need be, or we could have a very strong range attack. So 3 fame levels us up, and we can put one of our tokens to mark we have the keep, and that increases our hand limit, so that does mitigate for 1 of the wounds we've just taken. Since we've leveled up, we will get 1 of our skill tokens. Oh, that's the competitive skill I didn't take out. 1 of our skill tokens, and also the opportunity of 1 of these advanced actions. So let's set that die to green and re-roll this one for the source. Tidy these away. This up, so we've got the opportunity to once per round get a blue mana crystal and a red mana token, or this is to spend any card with a mana as a +3 of any type, or if it's a spell card, with a mana of the same colour, then it's a 4, which is pretty strong, so long as you have mana or spells. Let's have a look at what we might want to take from the advanced action offer. Keep them in the same order. So we've got Chivalry, which is an attack, or you can use less attack and get Reputation. Quite a strong attack. The bottom, Mountain Law is a good strong move card, and Temple Portal lets you jump to spaces, yeah, without provoking rampaging enemies. I would prefer to not let Tovak get another blue card, since that's what all of his crystals are, but I don't like that card, so I'd be tempted to go for Mountain Law, considering we have just burnt through quite a lot of our movement cards in our deck. We do need to keep exploring. So yeah, it doesn't work with the skill tokens we have here. But let's take the opportunity to get some mana. We don't have any mana in our inventory at the minute, so this skill isn't as useful as it could be. We'll discard that to the common offer and also add one from Tovak, which is remarkably similar. You can use one card sideways as a +2, or if it's an advanced action, artifact, or spell, play it as a +3. Okay, we have this one extra skill now. We will take Mountain Law and put that on top of our deep deck, and reset these. Refresh. One negative with taking the keep: none of these units can actually be recruited from a keep, but I do want to take out the Mage Tower, or potentially the opposite Mage Tower. We could get to the other one actually easier. Yeah, that's probably a more sensible target for us, as the other Mage Tower at this point. Or we'll explore here first. So the dummy player, he will draw 3 cards, and it's a red. So he has 1 red crystal. We'll draw 1 more. He's only got 2 cards left, so whatever happens, taking 1 more turn and declaring end of round. With our 4 cards, we have planning, so we draw up to 6. And then also, because we're on a keep, we'll draw 1 more. We've got our healing, which is perfect. We will almost certainly use our green mana to power up the stronger effect of that. Crystal Joy, pay a mana of any basic colour to gain a crystal. At the end of your turn, discard another non-wound card, take the card back into your hand. So we could use our token here to get a red mana and just use Crystal Joy, and that would effectively get us a blue and a red mana. We've got 3 more cards in our hand, so with the healing effect we're going to do, yeah, that will be enough. Have we had our other swiftness? No, so we do have 1 swiftness still in our deck. Don't know whether to be quite greedy and try and get more crystals. I think I will. We'll use our Die from the Source for a heal 2. Get rid of these wounds. We will flip over our skill token, get a blue crystal and a mana token, which we'll use on Crystal Joy, form into a crystallize, discarding our swiftness to take the card back into our hand at the end of our turn. Reroll this, comes back green again. This token is used. 3 cards in hand, and we're on our fort, plus we have planning, so we take these other 3 cards. Okay, dummy player. Okay, there too, it's blue, but that is the end of their turn anyway. Okay, so we've got this round, then the dummy will play end of round, and then we'll have one final one. So we've got 2 turns effectively to do what we need to do. If we wanted to get the stronger effect of one of these cards, essentially swiftness as our only attack card, we would need to use the green mana die from the source. If we also wanted to use the move 5, we'd need to use it next round. And I think we would need the move 5. We're going to spend... Yeah, we would need to get move 5 really. Because it's 2 movement to get to the plains, and then it's another 4 to get to the other mage tower. So we could get move 5 from Mountain Law, plus discarding influence sideways. If we did have a green crystal as well, we'd guarantee ourselves 6 attack, and we could use a blue mana. We've got a blue crystal to block 5. So this turn, let's use our blue die from the source to gain a crystal of any basic colour. And we'll take green. And the reason I didn't want to just use green mana on the basic action is we've already got a blue crystal. So this way, we have our guaranteed green die in the source, we have a green crystal and a blue crystal. So we have the 1, 2, 3 that we'll need no matter what we re-roll. So we're only using Crystal Joy. We don't want to discard any cards to take it back into our hand. So let's re-roll. It's white, discarded. As we said, the dummy player has no cards, so they will declare end of round. And then let's have a look at what we uncover. So we do Mountain Law. We can use 5 movement to get into a mountain, and it does make our hand limit higher, but let's just move 2 and reveal this token. And it's a summoner. So we will be able to kill it just with 6 attack, but we don't know what it's going to bring us. We're going to summon a brown monster, which is really unfortunate because there's a number of brown monsters which we will not be able to block, even with block 5. The worst if we get a Medusa which has a 6 attack, it also paralyzes us and we would not be able to fight back. But I think we're going to have to go for it because we really need to get some more fame. Yeah, let's go for it anyway. Our other option would be to spend our remaining movement to just get back onto the space we've just moved off from. And that's not particularly great. So let's reveal a brown monster token. So it has 6 attack, which we cannot block. We will only be able to manage 5. We will have to just take the 3 wounds. Ouch. That token is discarded. We'll add 3 wounds to our hand. So we don't need to use our blue crystal. Let's then use no, we've already used a die from the source, and so we could just use 3, 4, 5, 6 attack, but we do need to use our green crystal to get the stronger effect for range attack 6, which is halved because of the physical resistance, but just enough to kill them. So I did forget to lower our reputation when we did this attack. So down, but we get 4 fame, 1, 2, 3, 4. And conquering a mage tower, we can choose a spell. So we have the opportunity to get Wings of Wind, so you can spend movement, jump revealed spaces, Cure, which would let us heal, and Chill, which is quite a good attack card. So I think having another heal in our deck would be pretty good. But we've got the opportunity to generate blue and red crystals. So Chill is probably a spell we'll have more luck in playing. And it can stop an enemy from attacking in combat, which will be quite a few free kills effectively. Won't need to worry about blocks, so that is almost a heal in the long run. So let's take Chill, just because we have this skill token which lets us get that blue mana much more easily than we're going to get green. If we still had a green crystal or a green die in the source, I would probably go for heal, just so that I could immediately use it to heal these wounds after combat before we ended our round. But we won't get the opportunity to do that. The dummy deck has already declared end of round, so this is going to be it, and we're going to reshuffle anyway. Let's take Chill. Get rid of this crystal. Reroll, although we will be re-rolling that anyway. And effectively everything is discarded. So we just do the end of round clear up. A white spell is removed from the offer, so Tovak will get 1 white crystal added to his board and a blue advanced action added to his deck. These down. We've got Burning Shield and Demolish refilled on the spell offer. Steady Tempo. These units disappear. We have not revealed a core tile. We've not revealed any new tiles. It's still only silver units on the offer. 2 sets of thugs and guardians. We are 1 fame away from leveling up. We can put a token to mark we've conquered the Mage Tower, and we are here. So we can probably move up towards this dungeon and then explore around. That's going to be our best opportunity. Not the most successful first round, but we did manage to get a keep and a Mage Tower. So pretty solid. Those wounds though could come back to bite us. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.